Hey, what's up, guys? It's SharpTony here, and as per request of X Losk, I guess we're gonna pronounce his name as, and countless other of you, I'm gonna do a how to play a martial artist video. Martial artist is probably my favorite profession, obviously, and their attack skills are based off martial arts. Big surprise, huh? And critical hits are gonna determine a lot of what your damage is actually gonna do, and your evades are going to determine how long you will stay alive for. Good thing about a martial artist is it has evades and it has heals. As you can see here, I have set up my hotkey bar. I always like to set my first hotkey to a heal, and this casts this, which is a pretty darn sweet heal. And let's take a look at the skills that a martial artist might want to employ. Pretty much this is all going to be maxed out. Martial arts. Brawling is going to be your special attack. All of your evades need to be maxed out pretty darn good. And if you want to take a hint from nano skills, you could just copy these and go from there. In terms of armor, what would I recommend? Anything that's going to add to your critical hits, because that's going to be your damage. Let's take a look at what I got going on here. I know this is endgame. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. And it's going to be a little intense to look at it first, but it should be okay after a little trying to break it down. What you want to go for in almost all of your gear is evades, critical hits, and martial arts. So as we see here, the Stellar Nano deck adds all these things, so it's a pretty good choice to put in there. And then you have, just some other random items. Generally, if you're going to PvP, you need tons of nano resist, so get nano resist. I hate to say I use one of these, but I do. And I don't think my armor's a surprise. This is my PvP gear, which doesn't actually add to critical hits. Let me see if I can find the armor that does, so I could show you what that looks like. Slippers of Screaming. No. Here we go. See, critical increase, 1. Anything that you could get to add to critical increase is good. The soonest you can get one of these on, the better, because check that out. Or if you want something better, find an alien general and do that. Even at a low level, I'd say it's worth it. Keep your initiatives maxed out, implant them if you have to, and keep your criticals as high as you can. In terms of implants, I use symbionts for the most part, but at low levels, just max out all your evades and your martial arts. Now, one thing that's really important, you want to pick a damage type and get items that will add to your damage type. For example, this adds to, most martial artists use fire damage, so this is going to add 75 to each hit with fire damage, which is a big thing. And I know there's a big debate about what weapon to use, but I would say just use 1 in your offhand. Don't use 2. Use 1 in your offhand. That, honestly, my damage is a lot higher with just 1. Maybe it's just me. Now I'll show you the mechanic of killing. We'll go kill a guard. Oh, and at low levels, Predator armor is great. Even before then, if you're not a paid character, Kevlar armor is really good. A couple of items to look out for: Third Eye of Daria, Dancing Boots of the King, Parry Sticks, they're great. What else? The martial artist robes are really good too. Everything that's going to add to what should I say? Everything that's going to add to your martial arts is going to help you with your damage. And Kevlar armbands are really good. Those are all items you can get free. Not free, but if you're a free player. And before you go into fighting, you always want to make sure you have your procs up. One big thing is, right now I'm in full defensive, which you should almost always be if you are going to solo something, and set these up in a way that's going to be convenient for you. This is just how it works for me. I'm very used to how all this goes, and I guess I'm going to get 2 guards here. What I'm doing now is I'm firing off all my perks, most of which have a chance to stun. These two are initiative debuffs. Am I getting shot from all over the place? I found two. Oh well. I might have to jump out of here. Yep, I'm not dying. I found three actually. There was one behind me. Let's go find one. Make everybody's life a little easier. I didn't know they were that social. I haven't done this in a long, long time. Let's try you again. There we go. Now it's just one. As you can see here, a lot of my damage is coming out of critical hits. And there are buffs right here. This, for example, that add to your damage. So you want to fire those off. Now here, I've put in here all of my martial artist attacks. Most of which, we'll take a look here. Does 4,000 damage and it adds to your damage. They all do different kinds of things. So use whichever are going to help you the most. That is the only advice I can give for you for those. This one will add defense, which is obviously great. And as you can see here, I also get heal perks. But there are tons and tons of different kinds of martial artist attacks. Almost all of them are good. There's none I would not recommend to you. All of them serve their purpose. I can't really go into each one. We could be devoting a whole video just to that. But trust me. And to the people that used to laugh at me for firing off Dance of Fools and whatever at the same time, Limber, get over it. I don't do it anymore. I shouldn't be typing. I'm getting my butt kicked. But it's really easy to stay on top of your heals. Keep this, I don't know why I stress it so much, but keep your hotkey bars set up the best you possibly can to make it as convenient as you can for you. If I die, I'm going to be so freaking embarrassed. Nah, I'm not dying. As you can see, I got pretty low and still was able to bounce back up. All these perks are evade perks. It's pretty much set it up however you want. If you want to take my perks are being moved around, but if you want to take a look, I guess I could tell you how to do perks as well. Let me go in here. Just so I don't have to be distracted by anything. In terms of perks, I have this maxed out because it adds martial arts. Combat, Champion of Nano Combat, Kung Fu Master, because it adds martial arts again and has heals in there. Notum Repulsor, and I could perk, right now I could perk 2 if I have to, against nanotechnicians and stuff. Acrobat's really good. Brawler, if you're PVM, maybe. For PvP, I guess it's good for stuns, but it also adds to your damage. And Careful in Battle is a must. I don't care if you're PvP or PVM, it's gonna add to your evades like crazy. And if you're PVM, you might not want Unstunnable, but Spiritual Master is pretty damn good. I think everybody has that. And Disharmony actually has a life tap and it adds damage. So this is almost a must, I would say, if that's what you're going for. Also, max out your Democ. You need that. That is, you'll notice the time will go down on it because you can get up to like, I don't know how much I have now. Yeah, I have over 2,000, which is pretty damn good. But also for PvP, don't use, what you want to do is you want to use hot swaps. I know people say I don't have key binding set up for it, whatever. They're 1 second and everything is a cap, so that's generally good, but you need to have pretty high crit for that. So any other questions, feel free to ask. Leave comments, let me know how you like my little tutorial video on martial artists. And if you want to just see what I have going on here, I will go through each item. This is the defense one. If you want to see what I'm talking about in terms of getting evades and all that item mumbo jumbo. That's a gay word. OFAB's really good too, low levels. And it's good scaling too if you can get some nice level stuff. But Kurt's Kevlar armor is not bad. So, again, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.